So we were talking about obstacles in life, about the challenges that life presents to us that we find ourselves in that seem to occur, that appear to be riddles to be worked through.
Yeah, yeah, there is already not two. So what appears to be challenges, obstacles that seem to arise in this, they can be seen as more like clouds that appear in the skies, dark clouds, brown clouds. You know, the sky as it is, it doesn't move when dark clouds, very dark clouds appear, or whether there is a lightning or a thunderstorm or rain, the sky remains unshaken. It doesn't move. It's just there. Everything appears and disappears. It doesn't mind what seems to be happening. So that's which we really are. It doesn't mind. It's never affected by anything. But when the attention is more focused on the stories that are appearing in this, it may seem as if there is a sufferer. There's somebody who's suffering what seems to be happening. If something, the attention focuses on each appearance that appears, or whether there is an obstacle or a story that seems to be bad, then it may seem as if there is a sufferer. Then somebody needs to be set free from that suffering by getting rid of what is assumed to be a problem, you know. But already in the midst of that, this isn't suffering already. This, what you really are as a whole, it doesn't suffer. Only the idea, you know, you take yourself to be may seem to suffer. If something identifies with stories and identifies with the code and says, I'm this board, I was born one day, I'm going to work, I'm doing this and that, then there may seem to be problems. Somebody who has problems. But when there is no identification with the story, when there is no identification with the mind, with these appearances, then it may be recognized that nothing really affects you. You are never affected by stories. No matter how bad it may seem to be, you are never affected by anything because what you really are is vast. Is not something that is small. It is vast. It is ever present. It watches all the appearances appear and disappear in it. But it is unmoved already. Yet it may seem to appear as the movement, appear as somebody who's walking, doing this and that. But that's just a story. That's not is that as it is, it's part of it, but it's not what it really is. This is vast, this is formless, this is everything at once. It's not something that is little, that is walking there on earth, trying to solve problems, to solve puzzles. It is everywhere present. It is not a man or a woman, yet it may seem to appear as a man or a woman. but it's not that.
So what the hell?
Sorry.
I said, so what the hell? So why the hell are these little things that pull us in? Why these little
Yeah. Just find your true position. That's what I can say. Recognize your true position. Your position is not literal. It's not somebody there. That's not what you really are. You are vast. That little somebody is part of what you really is part of what you are, but it's not the whole of you. So the whole of you as you are, eh, it doesn't mind. It's not shaken. It's
so
not. It doesn't have a shape. It is shapeless.
so the puzzle, ignoring the puzzle doesn't make the puzzle go away.
Come again?
Ignoring the puzzle does not make the puzzle go away, right? I guess I always felt as if, there was a puzzle here, and then there's some spirit here, and that if you solve the puzzle of the spirit will solve the puzzle for you. So solving the puzzle of the spirit is not solving the puzzle. This is what I've come to conclude. I could still say the puzzle doesn't exist, but then the puzzle gets louder.
Who's the victim of the puzzle?
Who is the
Is there a
victim of the
victim?
puzzle? Right outside my
Or
door,
where is the
there's
location?
there's 10 men with air leaf blowers. So it's like the universe does not want us to speak right now. We've got your fan and these air blowers. I think we must give him a second.
You can't hear anything.
The puzzle's getting louder.
Wow.
The puzzle's literally getting louder. Okay, 1 second. There we go. They turned off. It's just like
Can you
literally
hear
10.
chicken?
Pardon?
Can you hear chicken outside here?
No.
There
I
are
thought I
chickens.
I thought I heard your fan, but maybe it was chickens. It found I couldn't I thought it was a bird or your fan. Is your fan still off?
No, no, it's no longer on.
Okay, so it must be the chickens.
Yeah.
There's a movie, my favorite movie. It's called Stranger Than Fiction. And I'm just gonna yell at it about it because these stupid things have turned back on. So in the movie, there's a there's a guy who's living his life, and then all of a sudden he hears the narrator, right? Somebody narrating his life, and all of a sudden he hears the narrator. And the narrator says he's gonna die. So she says, little did he, and it's a woman. She says, little did he know that he would be dead, in a couple weeks or something. So he freaks out and he goes and he tries to figure out, he goes to a psychologist and she says, you're crazy. And then, so he decides to go to this guy who is uh, a professor of literature, right? Who may know who wrote the book. And the guy says, "Well, if you're in a character in this story, just try to stop the story. So go to your house and just do nothing, and see if you can stop the story." So he goes to this house, right? Um, he sets up everything so he can eat all day or whatever, and he's trying to watch TV, and the TV just keeps on like showing violent, terrible after violent, terrible image, right? Of like, things being eaten, gobbled up, and things being destroyed. And as he's sitting there, things get louder and louder until all of a sudden a crane comes and crashes through his apartment and destroys his living room. And he goes up like, it turns out that they were demolishing the wrong house or something. So he has to go back and live the story because he can't stop the story. The story shall not be stopped, you know. And of course, it's a metaphor for God, right? It's a metaphor for the Easter story, right? So the characters like Jesus who hears God and then all this stuff happens. But it's an amazing movie. So I'll send you a link to it. I don't know if you'll be able to find it,
Yeah, I'd love to watch it.
but it's like the story shall not be squelched. We must live the story anyway. We must fight the war, as we said a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when you mentioned Jesus, I remember when he said, I don't know if he was on the cross or he was like being beaten up on the way to the cross, but he said, Father, if you are willing, take this cup away from me. Then he said, but it's not my will, it's your will. Let your will be done. So just also referring to the example that
Yeah.
you mentioned, that the story can't be stopped. The story will keep on going on and on and on. Because the story itself is an expression of the totality, is an expression of everything. When he talked about the cup, he was actually referring to being crucified on the cross. And if it was possible to take this cup away from him so that he can be crucified. So he said he realized that the story can't be stopped. So that's why he said, let your will be done. So what has to happen has to happen. You know, as also Krishna said that the war must go on, but recognize that we are not this. This is a play of God. We are not part of it. We are not this. This is just a play. What you are is vast. We never die.
Yeah. So does that absolve us of guilt and responsibility? We can just do whatever we want now?
Sorry.
Does that absolve us of guilt and responsibility? We can just do whatever we want now? That's the story, I'm just
we, we we are already we are already doing nothing. We have
yeah.
never done anything. The totality is doing everything. Even the speaking that is happening is not being done by somebody. Even the listening is not being done by somebody. But in the story, it may seem as if we are talking to each other, exchanging words, but it's just a story. This as it is is timeless. This as it is has no past, has no present, has no future. It's just what's happening. There's no Nkosi here who's talking to Charles, and there's no Charles who's listening to Nkosi. There's just this, some say, explosion of color and sound. There's a sound that seems to have a meaning that is coming out here, where it's referred to as words, but it's already empty. These words are not being said by somebody. They're just words appearing from nothing. So everything is empty. There's no one behind these words, and there's no one behind listening.
All right, so I don't have to do anything then.
Sorry?
Then I don't have to do anything.
And the story will still continue.
The story will still continue.
Yeah. Don't never identify with the story. Watch it. Watch it as it is. Watch all their reactions. When there is a reaction, oh, I don't like what you're doing. It's just a reaction. It's just a reaction. It's not something that needs to be thought about, to be like investigated. Why did I do that? No, it's just what's happening.
Every psychologist who ever lived would say you're wrong.
Well, that would be appreciated, because it's as well, it's just what's happening. Saying this is wrong, this is right, it's just what's happening. But the silence is there, is always there in the midst of words coming out. Oh, I hate you. I love you. Somehow these words, they are seen as just meaningless. I love you. I hate you. I'm jealous of you. No, they are empty. They don't mean anything. They are empty. You can even say them with a smile. I hate you. I
Right,
love you.
right.
I'm angry at you. They don't mean anything. It's just empty words. They're just appearing from nothing, from this. What you really are can't be found. What you really are can't be seen. What you really are has no position. It is everywhere and nowhere. It is that which sees. It is the seeing itself. The seeing itself as it is has no past, has no present, has no future. It is seeing. Then stories of the past, future may seem to appear, just like clouds appear in the sky. Clouds, dark clouds, white clouds, brown clouds, yellow clouds may be taken as stories of the past, bad stories, good stories, past, present, and future. No, they appear and disappear in this, but the sky remains the same, unchanging. It is not bordered by clouds, by stories. It is just there, watching without interest, watching without identifying with what is being watched, watching without being attached to what is being watched. or trying to grab the stories. The sky that doesn't try to grab the clouds. It doesn't choose. It doesn't say, "Oh, I prefer white clouds than dark clouds." If dark clouds come, it doesn't reject. Doesn't say, "Ah, I don't like dark clouds. I prefer whites and puffy ones."
How do
Also,
you know? You're not the sky. How do you know what the sky likes?
surprisingly, I am. I'm everything.
It just feels like it's designed to pull you in. It's designed to pull you in, you know. And the moment that that you get away, it amps up, grabs you in harder, you know.
Well, if I can maybe ask a question, um, can this space, be grabbed by anything? Can you grab the space?
No,
Can you touch it? Can't touch it. You can't see it. Can't hold it. It doesn't say anything. It can't be shorted. Can't be obliterated. Obliteration may seem to happen in it, but it's never affected. Somebody can take a gun and shoot at it, but it will never be shorted. It is just this. It is formless and empty.
but it's also the stories and the pain and the suffering and the joy and the love and the hate and all those other things you said. It's those two.
Yeah,
And the gun and the bullet.
yeah. They're just passing through you. They pass through. I mean, when I say you, I don't mean the body. I mean like this
Yeah.
space. What you really are is more like space. They just. So when you recognize your true position, you can also recognize that nothing really affects what you really are. Nothing really touches you. You can never be touched. You can never be destroyed. You can never be affected by any story, by any appearance, because you are not a man or a woman. You are that which is indestructible, that which is everywhere and nowhere. You are that which also appears as stories, as what seems to be different things. So you are vast. You are everything already. There isn't a you, a local you somewhere out there. No, there's just vastness also appearing as what seems to be different people and stories being memorized, being memorized. But where is the memory? Where is the memory? Can it be found? Is it here? So if stories what seems to be the problem, then can they be found? Can they be found here and now? If they are in the past, where is the past? Where is the present even? Where are the stories? They're just memorized.
I mean, I feel all that, and I can sense that in peacetime. But when problems arise, I just feel like I'm ignoring my problems if I go there, which doesn't feel healthy.
Yeah, awesome. But you are not there. You are not even there to have problems.
Yeah,
If
that
that
doesn't
is
help because that's
recognized that
like
you are
going back into the ignoring part.
not. Yeah, there is no one who's even there
Yeah.
to even ignore anything. And when that is recognized by no one, then problems mean nothing to you. They mean nothing. There can be a reaction there when it is seen that there's no one, but any reaction may happen. And anger may seem to arise as well, but it's not something that is owned by somebody. It's just anger. There is that ordinariness. If somebody say, "Oh, I saw you doing this and that," then there can be a response, "Oh, I didn't do it. I did not do it." Mm. So that reaction is not owned by somebody. It's just a reaction. If that one seems to continue, "Ah, but I saw you," then this may seem to keep quiet, mm, peacefully. Just the one seems to be until it's goes away. Yeah, nothing lasts forever. All appearances, they appear and disappear. Everything comes and goes. It comes and goes. It comes, so that's which is just quiet, silence. That which is unshaken, doesn't move, and it goes away. You know, it appears in this and disappears in this, in that. So this doesn't mind. This as it is, when the true position has been recognized, not the idea what we take ourselves to be, but the true position, which is that heart space that is everywhere and nowhere. You know, things are just, there's just a play. You know, everything is seen as a simulation. Nothing sticks, but something may seem to stick when there's that strong belief in that sense of separation that I'm this body, I was born, then things may seem to stick. Things may seem to attract you close to them. Problem or what seems to be problem may seem to draw you near to them because there is that belief, a strong belief invested in the idea of being a person that can simply be dropped. Just let it go. Simply watch without identifying with the story. Be who you really are, not the idea you have of who you are, not the memorized uh, idea. Live without the memory.
But we'll still have to go to war.
Of course. Yes. Sorry.
But we'll still have to go to war. But
To
we still
work.
war
War.
and work.
Yeah, you can just memorize some things that you need to fix to do.
No, no, I mean
But
the
you know,
story
when it
goes on.
comes to
By that I mean the story goes on. We still have to we still have to do it.
yeah, yeah. Things can be done without being somebody doing something. Things can still be done. They can still be going to work happening, going to the loo happening, going to prepare a breakfast for yourself happening without without a doer, without being a doer of that. Identify a space, not as their body. Identify yourself as that which is formless, as that which doesn't have buttons. Identify, don't identify with flesh and bones. Don't identify with the mind. The watcher of the mind, that's what you really are. Something watching the mind, something watching the story. That which is formless, that which is everywhere and nowhere, that which is vast. It doesn't mind the stories. It says no good and bad because there's no good and bad. Everything is neutral. You are that already in the midst of trying to fix stories, solve puzzles in the story. You are already dead. You have never been anything little that is navigating in the stories that is being tossed left, right, and center by stories. You are vast. That is being watched as it happens. It is seen as just an appearance in this. The seeing alone as it is, the seeing alone as it is, without identification with the body, without identifying with the stories, the seeing as it is, you are that. That seeing is not a man or a woman. Even right now, that can be seen. That seeing doesn't have past. It doesn't have a future. That seeing is not even present, if I should say, because present is a result of the past. Say past, a present, and a future. So you can't even say present. It's just there are no words. It's just seeing. And memory seems to appear, memory of labels. Oh, I'm watching the computer screen. Oh, I'm seeing the computer screen. I'm seeing Charles. That's just a memory of the labels. But the seeing itself doesn't see anything. It doesn't see anything. It's just seeing.
So
Everything appears in it and disappears in it. But itself as it is, it remains the same, undisturbed.
what do you think of the word and the concept of forgiveness? I guess in a Christian context and forgiveness, the importance of it.
Well,
I know it's shifting gears a bit, but
sorry?
I know it's shifting gears a bit.
Yeah. Forgiveness, I can say in the story, it may seem to happen in the story when there is that sense of being separate. Also, it may be referred to as this, somehow recognizing that it is everything, it is all the characters. So, why should I hold a grudge against myself?
Yeah.
You know. So, also, when there is that recognition, forgiveness may seem to happen naturally, not the forced one that you have to forgive.
Right.
That has to do with the religion. So, that's the recognition that there's only everything. There's no separation. Forgiveness is just comes naturally because this recognized that it is all the characters. It is everyone. So why should it hold grudges to itself or against itself? That's how I can see it from here. But so when there's that sense of separation, when there's a me and you, then if you do something bad to me, then if you don't apologize, I'll never, I will have that grudge, I will carry that grudge and being unable to forgive you. Or even when you apologize, then I will just never forgive you because you've done something hurtful and hurts. Because I'm this person, you have hurt me a lot. Maybe you killed my brother, and you killed my whole family. So I will never forgive you. So that usually happens when there is that sense of separation in the story and something feels separate. And the
So when you become
revenge as well
enlightened, you
may seem
realize
to
it doesn't
arise.
matter if somebody killed your brother?
Well, if I can put it in this way, uh, I have no brothers and sisters. I have no parents. What I am is vast. I am the parents. I am the brothers and sisters. I am everything. I am the children, the infants, everything. The mountains, the sky, the clouds. There's no separation here.
Yeah.
I am new even, if I should say.
Yes. Wish we could trade places.
But the story has to go on this way.
It has to go on this way.
Yeah, that's my will. Let's always be done.
Yeah. Okay, Nkosi, thank you so much.
You're welcome.